Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to CareSouth Carolina's live community podcast, where I'm here by myself today because my counterpart, my partner in crime, is taking care of some other business. But today I have with me our Mr. Marcus McGirt. And once again, for those that don't know me, my name is Daniel Myers. I'm the MATHUD program director here at CareSouth, and we are glad to present an awesome format for you today. And also speaking, a great man, a great pillar of the community, an awesome guy who's doing great things in our community, Mr. Marcus McGirt. And I'm going to turn on Mr. Marcus McGirt so he can tell you a little bit about himself and about the program that he is the director over. Mr. McGirt, the floor is yours.
I appreciate it. Just want to take this opportunity now to, thank you yourself and Mr. McGirt for allowing me to come on the show to, give a brief synopsis about Save Our Youth movement. Of course, I'm Marcus McGirt, program executive director and founder for the program. Save Our Youth was originally started in 2016 after a series of significant crime in our community that involved death in the county. And I just thought that I needed to be able to be the one to give back to the community through mentorship for at-risk youth and youth in general, to show them that somebody does care for them. Somebody was in their seat, actually the same way, doing the same thing, and turn their life around and can be able to show positivity in that. Currently, Save Our Youth, we offer, like I said, mentoring to youth in the Pee Dee area. We currently have 11 members in the Florence area. We have 13 in the Dillon County area, including Dillon, Latta, and Lakeview, and we have 3 from Marlboro County. So we are definitely growing. We have 8 mentors in the program. So from 2016 to 2020, it has been a definite success. We do back to school drives and events every year. So this year will be coming up to be the 6th annual back to school event and the 3rd annual scholarship gala. Since the gala started, we've awarded over $5,000 in scholarships to deserving students of Latta High School that's graduating to go on to college, to take care of their books and other costs that's associated with them transitioning into college.
Wow. So Marcus, you're doing some great things in the community. You're doing a lot of great things. I know for a fact that you have, my son is a part of your program. You partnered with CareSouth in the past with the back to school events. And you've also allowed CareSouth to come and be a part of your workshop and your trainings for the young men in the area of substance use disorder. But you've also included a whole lot of other aspects of that training with the young men. Can you tell us a little bit about some of that training that you did, especially at the last retreat that you had?
Yes, sir. So we did our fall retreat. This is our first annual fall retreat. It went really well. I think the importance of what I was trying to show the guys was that you can have sessions about certain things, and you also can have fun. So I took that and built upon it. Thank you again for allowing us to use our facility with Community Worship Center as well. We did tied up sessions there, showing them how to tie ties, because in most cases you have guys in the area who don't know how to tie ties, because most of the time they're in single parent homes. The women in those homes, they may know how to tie a tie, but they can't directly teach their kids how to tie a tie, their young men how to tie a tie. I think that put a spin on it, because my guys, some of them who did not know how to tie a tie, they actually learned how to tie a tie, and now they're enthused about dressing up now and putting on the tie with it, because now they know what to expect and how to dress. And so making sure they know how to dress for interviews, how to dress to be presentable, because I tell them every day, like, your first impression, it should be your lasting impression. That's what the person should know about you going forward. As well as we did the first aid, CPR, AED certifications for them. I think that was very monumentous for them, because of the fact that they've never, done something like that, and to see it be done in front of them, and then they in turn turn around and do it themselves, it was real big for them. Having CareSouth yourself come out and do the substance abuse training, the prevention on that, to tell them all about the different mechanisms of the drugs and what harm they can do. It was an eye opener, not only for them, but for myself, because I didn't know a lot of the drugs would have you act and have side effects that they do, because I don't use them. So It's good to know. It's good to know that the prevention methods and the mechanisms that you can that you can learn from it is important, because I never know, I may encounter a mentee that's going that route, and if I don't know how to address it, then I can't reach that kid. And that's the whole point. I always pray to God that whatever you need me to be doing, show me things that I need to know, so that way if I encounter certain things, I'll know how to handle it. Right. And of course, with that also, we did financial literacy. We had Mr. Lavonda come from Sharon View Credit Union, Federal Credit Union, and from Florence, and do a whole synopsis of teaching them how to open bank accounts, how to write checks, the importance of credit, credit utilization, debt to income ratio. It was just a lot of good positive things that they learned, and they can now take with them for the betterment of their life, to be able to provide in the future for their families as well, with that in their background of, okay, well, this is what I was taught, this is what I heard. Maybe I didn't get it, but now I can get a full walkthrough understanding of that.
Right, so. Right. And, and I mean, all that was, I was glad. I mean, I was honored to be a part of that, and just to see the excitement on these guys' face and the enthusiasm to want to learn more, to want to do more, to want to be better. And it was, I was excited, really, really. And I was impressed with the guys' behavior, impressed with the attitudes, and just their willingness to be a part of everything that you presented that day. And also the mentors that was there, who was at a whole nother level with these guys, but they was able to relate to them because they come from the same background. They come from the same community. So it really showed the diversity that you bring into this program. But there was also something that happened that's going on there, that you had one of the young men get up and speak to the other mentees about future goals as far as education. I know that you are big on education with these guys, because that's what it's going to take to get them to the next level. So talk to me a little bit about your educational requirements in this program.
So a little bit about the educational requirements in the program. I scaled it back a little bit from when I started. When I started, it was like, we get them in the program, they have to maintain a 3.0 GPA. I kind of scaled back from that, because sometimes that's impossible. Even with me, a brief little testimony about me. Like, I didn't graduate high school with a 3.0, 3.5 or anything. I graduated with a less than a 2.5. And I know it is hard. It's hard when you don't have all the resources that you typically need to succeed with school. So now, if whatever they come in with into the program with, we try to make sure they maintain that. I mean, if they're under a 3.0, we try to get them to a 2.75 and see can they maintain that. Because with a 2.75, and if they play sports, if they make a 920 on the SAT, then they can play at a JUCO or NAIA or another Division II school. It may not be Division I, but we can get you there. We can get you on the court playing for that. But I need you to also focus on your academic piece as well, because without academics, you can't play at the next level, because there's going to always be a problem. You can't foresee the future with just sports. You got to foresee the future with academics. And that's why I'm so hard on them about it. And I know they probably get tired of me aggravating them about their grades and stuff, but it's no point in pursuing anything beyond high school level regarding sports if you're not going to take your academics serious, because you're going to get there and then you're going to have to come home and it's going to be like a slap in our face to say that we failed you. And I don't want that ever to be one on my conscience, that Save Our Youth movement failed that kid, because that's not what we're here to do. Yeah, we can't save everybody, but I'm going to try to go to the end of the world, the depths of the world, to make sure that they know the importance of academics before anything else. So as long as they can, if they come in and they're under a 3.0, I'm eventually within that year or 2 years going to try to make sure we pull the resources for them to have that 3.0 or better, but at minimum 2.75 for the program.
So what's your average GPA right now for the guys that you got in there? Because
the average GPA right now, of course, is a 4.1. That's the average GPA.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm impressed with these guys, because some of them didn't start that way, but because you encouraged them and you let them know that you can be better than what you are. Mm-hmm. These guys went back to school because to them it's not a competition, but now I can see daylight at the end of the tunnel. All before those doors were shut, and it was just like I got to deal with, and I got to live in the same. I got to live with, where I was raised, the same type of atmosphere, the same type of activities. But you open that door and show that there's something outside of these city streets where you are. There's a world out there that's bigger and ready to receive you and to promote you if you're willing to put in the work. And you have a whole bunch of guys that's already getting what you call them things when the colleges. Yeah, getting college acceptance letters. I couldn't think of that word for nothing. But talk to me a little bit about some of those guys and where some of the schools that they're planning on going.
Okay. Well, before that, yeah, like, so I'm gonna piggyback off that. I won't call no name, but one particular guy that's still in the program, still working hard. When he first started with the program, or when we first met, we was here.
Mm-hmm.
We was always knocking heads, always butting heads, because of the fact that I saw myself in him, and so it was easier for me to come for him and make sure that he does what he's supposed to do, whereas he could not see it. Because that's how I was when I was younger. I couldn't see it. Everybody was pushing me. So now he's at a 3.0 now. And he did not come in the program anywhere close to it. So now, like, you know, but make that shows a big stride for not only for me, but for him, that he sees that he can definitely do it. And that's all at the end of the day that I want to do. I want to see him continue to go far. And because he plays sports and he plays all three sports well, I know that if he can show himself proven academically, he won't have a problem anywhere getting into any school, D1, D2, NAI, or whatever, because now he has the GPA, and we're going to continue to work on his test scores for SAT and ACT. Also, to go back to what you was asking about for the college acceptance letters and stuff like that, we have Mr. Tracy Jackson that's in our program. He's a student at Trinity Collegiate. He's been accepted to North Carolina A&T. He's been accepted on a full ride, room and board for Francis Marion, and he just most recently got accepted to Coastal Carolina. Awesome kid. He has a 4.9 GPA. He scored an 11.10 on the SAT and 23 on the ACT. His mother actually works for CareSouth as well, Miss Angela Council. So it's just great to see these guys. You know, Javier, your son Javier, he's accepted into Charleston Southern and Francis Marion University. Charleston Southern being definitely his top pick, his go-to school, and he's already got that acceptance letter before his second semester of school. And he's been awarded a $53,000 scholarship as well. So I think that is real big, coming from being on, you know, he didn't come from a bad family, but to be able to be accepted into your dream school and get the money that you need for the school, I think that's really big. And to see those kids asking questions about, you know, what it is I need to do next, what's the next step, and getting those calls, me getting those texts, or seeing them in person, and like, hey, I got this email, what you think about this, what I should do, or how should I go about this? Should I apply for loans? Should I apply for grants? And like I tell my kids, we don't want loans. We don't want loans. I have enough loans for them to take with them, so they don't need any loans going forward. So if we can definitely get them on the route to free education, we are going to try to keep them on the route for free education by pairing them with the PACE scholarship manual. The PACE scholarship manual is definitely a big deal for me, because it offers so much in that manual that you just go out there and apply. And you know, so other kids in the program have been accepted. You know, Avion has been accepted as well to Francis Marion University. It's just like a great deal of opportunities that's endless. Taking them on college tours. We went on tours to North Carolina A&T. We've been to Coastal Carolina. Our next one scheduled is for Winthrop University. We got some more HBCUs lined up. I know everybody's like, we got HBCUs lined up. But I'm just big on pushing them into whatever arena they want to go to. And it's not just college. Most recently, you know, the program has already graduated 3 seniors already from the Marlboro County area, 2 of which that went to Benedict College, and 1 that chose to go into the Navy, and they're doing exceptionally well. So whatever avenue they want, we're going to get them there. They want to be able to do a trade. We're going to get you in that trade. You're going to be out making money soon. So whatever avenue, it's unlimited. I have a lot of resources. I'm thankful and grateful for the opportunity to be able to just serve, and it makes my heart feel good, because it's not about the money. I don't make any money from this, but it's just about putting people in a position to be able to level up, and then in return, I hope, you know, they will come back and be mentors for the program as well.
Well, you know, and that's awesome. And somebody sent a question in, and they want to know, what areas do the program cover? What areas?
So far, we offer services in the Pee Dee area. So far, we've touched Marlboro County. We've been in Florence County, and now had to bring it back home to start in Dillon County. So my primary focus right now is Dillon County area. However, open enrollment starts in August. I'm not sure where God would lead me or what He would tell me, what area to target next. It could be the Marion County area. It could be other areas. So, I'm just open to being able to expand myself and break barriers to be able to provide. I say that I'll go in whatever county it is, because I always ask for mentors in that county that's positive role models, that's been through some things, that has came out of those things, and that can definitely help the program a whole lot more. So whatever it is that I can do, whatever county I can connect with, I'm more than willing to. Of course, I'm going to always pray and seek God's face first, and to know that it is appropriate to step in that county in that season.
Well, tell me this: how do the young men, how are they selected, or how do they get to be a part of Save Our Youth movement? How does that happen? Do they just do you just walk around and find people in trouble and snatch them in the group and slap inside the head and throw them in and say, "You go be in my group"? How does that work? I know some of you want to do that too, but how does that really work?
Sometimes that does happen. Yeah. So it's two ways that it's invite. They can be invited, or they can be recommended or referred. If they are referred, I just always ask for complete background, honesty of everything, because I want to know the whole totality of everything. It's a difference when you're invited, because if you're invited, then that means I've been watching, or somebody within the program has been watching and knows that the kid is a good fit for the program. When they're referred, sometimes people just want to push them off and feel like, oh, they're fit. I want to help the ones that want to be helped, or want to change. Like I said, you can't change a person who's not ready to be changed. So there's two ways that you can invite, or you can be referred to the program. If you're referred, of course, invite are guaranteed. Referred, once we get the background synopsis of everything, I don't mind going to the mentors. Hey, we got this kid. This is what we're up against. Are you in favor of? More than likely, I haven't turned anybody down yet. We have a waiting list. We have 11 on the waiting list now. We had 30. So it's really growing. Where the cap was supposed to be 20. So
No.
God has allowed 10 extra this year, and we haven't had any complaints yet. So you never know. Like I see it growing bigger and better. Not even in a year, and within like 6 months, maybe 3. So it could be more. So we could be opening our open enrollment period up as early as January 2021 because of our extenuating waiting list. So if there's anybody out there that have their kids that they want to work with the program, you can just reach me through Facebook. You can reach the Save Our Youth Movement page, send a message there. We typically try to reply back within 24 hours. Once we do get that reply, with that inbox, we'll try to reply within 24 hours, and we can add them to the waiting list. So and even in that waiting period, I still go out and I meet with the parent, I meet with the kid. I try to get a one-on-one contact with them to see exactly where we're at, to make sure that I'm the best fit for them. Or I take another mentor or another mentee with me, and we'll meet with them as well. So it is really growing. It's really big, and I'm excited for it.
Well, I know your car, that little Volkswagen, probably got to have 1,000,000 miles on it by now, because you try to make sure that you are present for every single event of these mentees, life. All things, all things aside, you want to make sure that you're in touch with their school, you're in touch with their family life, their sports, everything about them, that you go and you check on them. They're never left alone. They always have access to you. Even when Javier asked me questions about the schooling process and what's going on, I'm like, you better call Marcus, because I don't know, right? So and that's what these guys, that's what they learn to do. Because I noticed, even in the program, these guys are so excited about it. They got friends that's not a part of it, and they try to pull their friends in too. Come on, man, you got to be a part of this. Yeah. And not because it's so much fun and game, but because every child wants to belong to something good and something positive. That's what they earn. That's what they yearn for. Is that structure and that instruction. And so you're giving them both of that. You're giving them both sides of the pole. You're giving them that support, that structure, and they need to be disciplined. You talk with the parents, and you guys, you have some you have some restraints. If you do this, then you can't be a part of the program. You do this, you can't be a part of the program. And I think all those are boundaries that they're going to face in real life. And you're presenting them with real life situations. So tell me a little bit about your community service work.
That's what I'm big on. I'm big on the community service idea, supporting civic engagements, religious activities, because some of our parents they want to show up, but they can't show up because maybe they're a single parent and they're providing for more than just one kid in the home. And my biggest thing is that, okay, if they can see me enough that they don't dwell in, oh, my parent is not here or whatever, they still have somebody, a positive figure that's up in the crowd, that's rooting for them, that's cheering for them, or whatever the case may be. So that's why I work at 8:30 to 5. Henceforth, I took off today, but I work at 8:30 to 5, and I'll get off and I'll still try to make it. It's nothing for me to have late nights, early mornings, because I just want them to know that somebody is there for them, because I didn't have it. Like I did not have it growing up. I was the trouble kid, the problem child. So I did not have it. So our community service is very important to me. I want them to know that you have to give back. You have to give back in some form or fashion. Everything is not going to be given to you in life. You got to know the concept of working. You got to know whether it's volunteering, donating your time, getting paid for your work, whatever. You got to do it. So, just most recently, our first community event was our car wash. We didn't put a price on the car wash. We just asked for donations, and I just set a goal of donations for $500 because we weren't charging. I thought, the people, okay, they'll come out, they'll get the car wash, they'll hand $5, $6, $7, whatever the case may be. But I think it did more for the guys that washed the car than me, to see that we met our goal before even touching a car. Like I told them in the group, like, hey, we made our goal before we even touched the car, and that just went above and beyond, because they could have went out there and just been laxy daisy on washing the cars because, hey, we already made our goal. But they was in tune with it. They were talking, they were laughing, they was cheerful, they was excited. They was like, hey, we got this car, let's go, let's jump on this, let's go. And in the end result, we doubled our amount. We tripled our amount. And so, and seeing them being able to really jump out there and gear up for community service activities with no questions asked or why we got to do this or anything like that, it lets me know that they want to do it. And that's all I ask for them in their contract. Like, just show me that you want to do it. Show me that you have the will and determination and the drive to do it. I'm going to provide a resource for you, but you just have to show me that you have the tenacity and the determination to be able to go above and beyond with the things that you want to do.
And I saw that, firsthand, how, the guys are self-motivated. You don't go and pick them up. They have to come on their own. Mm-hmm. They have to come on their own. They have to, have to show up, and they have to be accountable, which is good. But somebody also asked a question, and this is a two-part question. Okay. What ages are accepted into the group, and how long are the guys a part of the program?
All right. So what it is, once open enrollment starts, open enrollment is usually in September. So the program is typically from September to the following August of the next year. Well, before I answer that, we have typically started, when I first started the program, we accepted mentees at 6th grade all the way up to 11th grade. Most recently, I have started accepting seniors into the program because some seniors do need that help. I am transitioning back to a strict regimen of starting from 5th grade to 11th grade, only because I know that the earlier you start, the better the child is and can become. And to ask the question, how long they stay in the program? How long they stay in the program depends upon them and their family willingness to participate. So when you start in September, open enrollment opens in September. You have from September to August to prove yourself. So basically, August is the awards gala. So and typically in that time, in that year, you earn awards, or of course you get your participation award for being a part of the program. And then if you've been above and beyond and you've completed everything, so the requirements are you have to do at least 25 to 50 community service hours, maintain that 2.75 GPA, and just show up. Do whatever we tell you to do, because we're not telling you anything to hurt you. So then at the end of August, you get a blazer. I've been trying to revamp the situation of letting them stay in the program longer than a year to get a blazer. However, my donors and sponsors have blessed me beyond. So And after year one, everybody was able to get a blazer. So then I sit down at the end of the month and I go back through everything to make sure that this person is worthy of another invite letter for year two. If you're not upholding all of the requirements of the program, of course, that means social media has to be clean. No, gang related activity, no paraphernalia of drug use or anything, or if they're following the protocol for it and their parent is definitely giving me 100% all because they want this to happen for their child too, then of course you'll get an invite letter. If not, you'll get a letter that said that, thank you for being a part of the program. At this time, we're going to either look at probationary periods or sitting the kid out for a period of time so that way they can learn that, oh, okay, yeah, they mean business by this. They want me to just succeed. And then, I have no problem bringing a kid back into the program if they sat out a period. I don't have no problem. Or I'll send an invite letter out and they'll just only be able to strictly participate in community service, none of the fun activities, because we want it to be structured and we want it to be so structured that they know that you're going to have to provide and you're going to have to do what you're supposed to do to stay a part of the program. This is not a joke. I don't want you to ever think that life is going to be a joke. So we're going to treat this as such as well. So right. It's a year program starting out, and then you'll be re-invited back to the program if you and your parent are 100% in with the program for that previous year that you was just in the program.
Wow. And so there's another question too about that. I said, are you looking for any mentors to help with this program?
Yeah. I need them all. Man. I need them all. We are definitely en route of looking for mentors. Like I said, we have 30. My biggest thing is, however mentees we have, I want to have mentors. I want to be able to pair a mentee with the mentor, and that mentee and mentor have a one-on-one connection, and that mentor is not overwhelmed with 4 or 5 kids at one time. Trying to understand these 5 different personalities, because that's just like a job. You got one boss and maybe 15 people on that boss, and they're trying to figure out all these personalities. I want to be structured one-on-one, professionally working relationships where that mentee feels so comfortable with picking up the phone. Hey, mentor, how you doing today? I got this problem. I need to talk about it. And that mentor definitely making sure that they're there for them. So yeah, we are definitely looking for mentors. To come out in the program, speak to the kids, meet the other guys in the program, and just be a good fit overall for our kids. Because, I eventually want to transition. A good friend of mine, Brandon, gave me this idea, and I eventually want to, every 6 months, rotate a mentee with a different mentor. So that way, maybe with them being re-invited to the program, if they start in 5th grade, by the time they reach their senior year, they've already encountered at least half of the mentors in the program.
Right. And that's a good concept. That way they learn different ideas, different points of view, and each mentor has a different area of expertise that they usually bring to the table. So that gives them a variety of things that they can do. It fills that basket with more options.
Right.
And that's what I like. I like that. There's something that's going to happen this weekend that you're going to be a part of. Could you tell us a little bit about the events that's going on this weekend?
All right. So we got together a whole bunch of organizations and churches in the community right here in Atlanta. We're going to do a Thanksgiving Community Day where we just give away food for our Atlanta residents, and we're going to give away care packages. So in the plate, I know everybody wants to know what food are we serving. So we have Western Chapel AME Church. They have provided leg quarters. They're going to do grilled leg quarters off the grill. Mr. Henry Brunson and the Atlanta Police Department teamed up to do the chicken bog. They're going to do the chicken bog. So you'll have chicken bog, you have leg quarters. New Hope is going to do some fabulous green beans, and they have care packages for you. St. John's providing the rolls for us. We have Community Worship providing the sodas, and the Atlanta Rec providing the waters. We have, we have a lot, man. We have Miss Arlene and Miss Valerie Moutry, and some other folks that's doing some wonderful cakes for the plate. Like, we're going to have a whole shebang for you, and it's all free for our Atlanta residents and things like that. Let
me ask you a question. Mm-hmm. So Are we going to eat in one place, or everybody going to congregate together for this, or what's going to happen?
No, due to COVID-19, we are not going to congregate. We're going to do a drive-through.
Okay.
So it'll start at one end. They'll come in on the end of Veterans Park, and that'll start with out with the side of yourself and Community Worship Center, giving them their drinks. Then they'll follow the line on through and proceed. Then the next step, they would get their care packages from the H2G Empire, Hope for Youth, Sardis Baptist Church, First Baptist Church, Brandon BJ's Krusty's Crab. They'll get their care packages from them, and then they'll follow along the street to exit. And when they're exiting, they'll get either the plate of food. Well, they will get a plate of food and another care package from H2G Empire. And then they'll also have a chance to maybe get a gift. I went out and bought some crock pots and gift sets and stuff just to give away. So maybe they're lucky enough to be that number that I'm thinking at that time. Then maybe they'll get an extra gift just for coming through and doing the drive-through. So one side of the road will be blocked off for no entry, and it'll only be starting on Veterans Park way and coming all the way through around to be able to get that. So that way we don't have to worry about too many people mixing in one congregated area. Because here in Loudoun, so far, I think our numbers are kind of low, and we want to keep it that way. So we definitely want to do that as safe as possible. And our people that's providing this stuff will have on masks and they will have on gloves. And if you come out, just come out, say hey, speak to them, give everybody a thank you, because it definitely took the whole entire community, organizations and churches to pull this off. And we are definitely grateful for everybody that's in fact a part of this. I wish I had a flyer in my hand. I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't want to forget anybody that's listening on the flower. True Touch Tax and A Day to Remember event planned by Monica Keene and Natasha McClain. They definitely poured into this as well. I mean, the support is monumentous for me. So I'm just glad that everybody was able to take part in this. It was no little I or big U. It was all a collaborative effort, and I'm so grateful for it.
Wow. And what time is that? What time is that again?
That is from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So if you know anybody in the Atlanta area that is a senior citizen who does not have a car and cannot make it, please inbox me and let me know. Now, if you can't make it, if they can't make it, please encourage them to make it, to come out to drive, because we want to definitely deliver to those who really cannot make it due to transportation or anything. And please remember that you must be in the vehicle to receive care package and plate of food, because we want to serve the people that are really coming to enjoy the event.
So what you're saying, that last part, is that we're not going to do this year. We're not going to say, I need 5 plates. I got 5 people at home that couldn't come. We're not doing that this year, because we know a lot of that stuff get wasted, and a lot of people take advantage of the kindness of of people that's volunteering their services. So he said that you must be present, you must be in person. If you haven't contacted him about an elderly person, then we would not be sending any additional plates home, right, unless we know ahead of time the circumstances. Right. So just please be present. Now, somebody asked one more question, then we're going to get you to answer this question, and then we're going to get some more information from you, then we're going to close. But somebody said, do you have any thoughts of working with someone to start a chapter of your organization in other areas of the PD, or anywhere for that fact?
Call me. Call me. Yes. Oh man. I got my book sitting right here too, and I'm trying not to go in my book because some of the stuff in there is not ready to be said yet. But currently, we are working with someone in Greenville area now to start a chapter for the upstate. So I am not opposed to that. Definitely want to be able to meet with the person to make sure that they are a good fit, because the only thing we started from basically the bottom. Do not want anything to fail. Do not want anything to fall through the cracks. We want to make sure that they're all in, dedicated 100% to the cause, to being able to bring prosperity to those chapters that they wish to start in other areas. So yeah, I'm definitely on game for that. I'm willing to be open to that as well. But definitely call me, inbox me, find me. We need to talk about that for real. We seriously need to talk about that because I definitely see Save Our Youth is going to be so much bigger, and I want to say more, but I can't say anything yet. So yeah, definitely call me.
Yeah, absolutely. That's amazing because I talked to Marcus about this probably a month or so ago. But Save Our Youth was a featured part of. We just had a reverse site visit this past Tuesday and Wednesday from HRSA, and so from the ArtCorp Foundation, our ArtCorp grant, and so our implementation grant, and so Marcus was one of the features that I presented to the whole nation about the Save Our Youth movement, about the progress that he's making with our at-risk males, and how he's turning the corner and turning the tides on all the criminal activity that's going on, especially in our area, and how this is going to spread to other areas and reduce the crime, also reduce the likelihood of these people, that these young men being caught in substance use crimes or any other crimes related, violent crimes, or anything, because he's offering them different choices. So there was a video done to highlight Save Our Youth movement, and we know that everybody that knows what Marcus is doing is really impressed, and they really we are really gung ho and supporting you, behind you 100% with what you're doing, because you're training our future to become men, and not statistics. So that's a wonderful thing. So as we close out, there's always a question that we ask all of our guests, and this is probably one of the most important things about what we do here. And and don't give you time to rehearse for this part, and actually none of it really. But what everybody wants to know, and people want to know, okay, they want to know this, Marcus. People wants to know, what do Marcus do when he's not running behind the guys that Save Our Youth, or when he's not, working, when he's not doing funerals and all this stuff. What is Marcus doing for Marcus? Because Marcus don't have much time for Marcus, but if the little bit of time that you do have, what do you do for fun? Yeah.
I really don't know how to answer that question because Marcus does not know how to do anything for Marcus yet. I truly don't. Like you said, if I'm not at my regular job and not running behind the guys, I'm at a funeral home. So just yet, I don't know what it is that I do for self yet. I'm trying to get away with it, try to establish boundaries to be able to take that moment to breathe, to be able to not be burnt out all the time running behind different events and different things, because of the fact that if I'm burnt out or if I am no longer here, then I did no justice to the guys in the program. So I'm learning to take moments away from myself to be able to be a better me, to be able to study, to be able to seek and understand knowledge a little better, to be able to seek and understand life a little better, and the totality of how we deal with our young men and how we actually work, how I can work better for myself and work smarter than versus working harder. So as of yet, I really truly can't answer. I mean, I like to bowl, but it's no fun to going bowling by yourself. I like to do things. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm just a basic guy that just want to see everybody else happy. So I think that God has gave me the greatest gift of love, because whether I'm doing something for myself or not, I'm still gonna be satisfied, because I get the greatest joy of watching everybody else around me be happy and succeed.
That's a wonderful thing. That's a wonderful thing to say. But as being your friend, right? I want you to take more time for yourself, and enjoy Marcus, enjoy life, and take a step back and take a deep breath, just only for a couple minutes, and then jump back in, because I know you can't stay away from this stuff long. You're always going, you're always doing something. So don't go to the house, don't go to his house looking for him. You got to catch that little white jet on the move, okay? Flash him down, text him, send him a Facebook message and tell him to pull over and slow down. Anybody that see Marcus, tell him to take some time off and enjoy life, okay? I know he enjoying life. I'm just saying that to be sarcastic, but I know you're enjoying life. You're enjoying what you're doing. And we really appreciate all the help and everything that you've offered, all the value that you've added to our children, at home and abroad. We appreciate that. And so we are really counting on Save Our Youth movement to be around for forever. You know, I
Yeah.
won't. I see right now that my grandson Junior gonna have to be a part of that, right?
Oh, he ain't got no choice.
He ain't got no
He
choice,
don't have
right?
no choice.
So
He don't
he's
have no
gonna have
choice.
to be a part of it. Any grandchildren that's coming up, he's gonna have to be a part of that. We know that in our future, podcast, whenever we get with you, we're gonna try to bring on Tabitha, who's dealing with the young ladies. So you guys have both areas covered. And for anybody to have any questions, Marcus, give them some information where they can get in touch with you, and please let them know that this is not just this is not just catered to one ethnicity, but it's open to everybody.
It's open to everybody. It is. If you are interested in sitting down to do a consultation about your child, your young man, just reach out to me, Marcus McGirt, on Facebook, Save Our Youth Movement page on Facebook. You can email me, my personal email, marcusmcgirt@gmail.com. The Save Our Youth email is really long. It's Save Our Youth Mentoring Movement at gmail.com. I will get my phone number out, but y'all gonna ring it. But yeah, definitely reach out to me. If you would like to donate, let me know. We can make that happen. We have a Cash App. The Cash App is Save Our Youth Movement, $ Save Our Youth Movement. We do this solely based upon donations and, of course, out of my pocket. So, if you want to help donate, please donate. After tomorrow, after we finish our community service event, we are going to take the kids down to the beach, to the rock and jump trampoline park. Donations are greatly appreciated for that. We're going to award them for doing good in school, having A, B, and even ABC honor rolls for their report cards. Throughout this pandemic, I mean, they've been online. Some have been going to school and then finishing up the rest online. So I know it's difficult and I know it's hard. So I want to try to get them out and to promote more of that awareness to being big on their education. So let's, like I said, reward them and be able to get them something that they can see in the long run. Like, oh, we do it good. He rewarded us. We need to keep going. So I can only do it if I have the help. I'll try my best to scratch or save or do whatever I have to do out of my own pocket if possible. But, we would definitely like your support any way you can to support. Save Our Youth now is almost officially a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We've already submitted our paperwork and everything. So we're definitely on the rise with everything. We have some exciting news coming. We have a website that should be going live in December. It could be today, but I'm gonna say December. I'm trying to hold back as much as possible by waiting it out until the proposed date for it to go live. But it is ready and complete and ready for a live run today. So it may be today, y'all. But if not, be able to reach out to me on Facebook or the Save Our Youth Movement page. Follow us, like us, share us. It has all the news and everything that we do. And our next event coming up is next week, Wednesday. We're going to Honor Rich Nursing Home in Florence to be able to give out cards and stuff to the residents of the nursing home as well. So if you ever want us to do anything in your area, just reach out to us. And if I can get a few of the guys together, or if not all of the guys, then we'll definitely come out and do something. We don't mind. We'll rake yards. We'll clean. We'll do whatever for donations to keep the program running.
Absolutely. Thank you for all you do, Marcus. Thank you very, very, very much. And anybody that want to get in touch, please reach out to him. Any donations is welcome, like he said. And we thank you for all the information you've given us. Awesome information today. And I'm pretty sure our public and our viewers and everybody know a little more about Save Our Youth Movement and what you're about and what you offer. And for anybody out there that want to know anything at all about CareSouth, about our programs and our services, you do so by reaching us at CareSouth Carolina, CareSouth-Carolina.com. That's www.caresouth-carolina.com. Or you can call us by phone at 1-866-498-0399. That's 1-866-498-0399. And once again, thank y'all for tuning in. And please like and share. And please tell somebody about this program. And we look forward to seeing you on the next time. Marcus, thank you again.
All right. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all.
Until next time, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.